Hello and welcome back. As you can see, getting a little bit more fancy with my editing software, getting a bit more comfortable with it, so hopefully this should improve the quality of my videos. Anyway, on to the topic at hand, which is Sancti Magistar. Now I for one was very excited about this weapon, despite the fact that yet again we have another heavy weapon that does impact, kind of hoping it would do puncture or slash. This is of course the Syndicate melee weapon that will heal you upon doing a charge hit. Now at the moment I'm actually hoping that this ancient actually hits me to try and actually get down to a suitable bit of help where we can measure how much it actually will heal. At the moment I have radiation damage on this just to test out different types of damage to see if it actually affects how much it will heal you. So, oh, cheers cat. Always got to love a good bit of the old cravat. It is a meter cravat by the way, if anyone is interested. Yeah, as I said, radiation damage, just to see if different elements, different styles of damage, different levels of damage will affect the healing. It's going to increase the level of the enemy here so that my cat doesn't kill it. Back to 4,620 health. Let's see how much we can actually heal by. It does also have an innate blast proc. I think it's a 10% chance for every hit to just get a random blast proc, which is also useful. Right, so we're down to 420. Let's give it a good hit. 4,220. So that's healed 200 health with a heavy hit. Not too bad, really. I was hoping for a bit more, but that's fine. Let's change the mod setup now and see if we can alter the damage. Like I said, we have radiation done by shocking touch and molten impact. Let's swap out molten impact for feverish strike. Give ourselves some corrosive damage. As we all know, infested are weak to corrosive. So let's see how this one turns out and hope for the best, or at least hope for the fact that there's going to be an increase in healing. Three 950, 4,150, again 200 healing. Little bit disappointed by that. That's not as much as I thought it would be. Maybe it comes off of the base damage itself, so let's just up the impact as much as possible. So we'll use primed heavy trauma and collision force. That gives us near enough 1,000 impact. Let's see if there is any change whatsoever. Mag proc 3,726, 3,926, again 200 healing. That is actually pretty useless because I'm pretty sure at this point in actual combat situations, when you're actually dealing with more than one enemy at a time, you're basically going to be struggling to regenerate the actual damage you've sustained while just charging it up. Still, let's see if there is if 200 is the base or if that is the actual modifier itself. So we've taken all mods off, taken it down just to the bare minimum, and let's see what happens now. Oh, mag proc. Well, nothing like making an enemy go flying, so we'll go back and try again. That 3855, nope, 3736. So that, again, that was 200 healing, which is pretty useless. So as I suggested earlier, probably throughout most of this with this ability we're just going to be fighting to try and gain back the actual health that we lost charging it up. So, oh, that actually gave me near enough 400 health, so I'm going to assume hitting multiple targets with one hit does actually heal you per hit, which is actually pretty useful. That does actually make it slightly better, but still I'm trying to concentrate here on the charge attacks rather than just hammering away. Again, this weapon is still unmodded, just to see if it actually is viable at any point, really. But sadly, I really am just trying to gain back health, which I'm losing quicker than I'm gaining, which is actually very, very disappointing. Let's try and lose a little bit more, just to see if anything can be done. Well, to be honest, at this point, I'm actually not really too impressed with this weapon. It can be given a crit build, so you can put Berserker on it with body count and blood rush. Maybe put a little bit, a few elements on there. Normally, if it's impact based, I like to put some toxin on there just to actually get through to the health bar a bit more, as impact isn't that effective at getting through armor as well as health. So toxin just, for me at least, helps out that little bit. But to be honest, so far not that impressed with this weapon. It seems to be just a rather rubbish trade-off to try and make charge attacks useful. I suppose it would be if we could actually up the healing amount. I have read that you can increase the healing pulse range, because it does actually also heal your allies, which is one thing I was actually quite upset about. Well, if it was only allies, I would have been upset about it. If it didn't heal you and just your allies. Now what I'm actually doing here is to see if Vex Armor, obviously that increases your overall attack damage when you start taking health damage. So I've put it on Chroma. It's a fire chroma in case you can't tell, and we're going to see if having 749% increase in attack damage affects the healing pulse. But yeah, the healing pulse is actually affected by the range of the weapon. So if you put primed reach on, you can increase the healing range of the pulse, the range of the healing pulse, which I suppose in a way is useful. But I haven't tested out as to whether your allies only get 200 as well, or whether it's 50% for them, perhaps 75. Not sure. Comes the awkward moment now when my carrier is actually doing more damage than what they're doing to me. I suppose that's what happens when you put corrosive and blast on a carrier. Yeah, first impressions of this weapon is I'm not that impressed. It doesn't seem too viable. Yes, a crit build is great, it's got some pretty okay-ish impact, but other than that, the healing seems useless, to be honest. Well, not useless, just doesn't seem viable at all, which is a bit disappointing. So I'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have fun.